Hi, this is Billy Tarasio from Modern Law. I hope things are going well with you. And today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about um, forgetting. When I um, when I was first going through my divorce, I recently moved out of my house and I got a new place, and my relationship had become really toxic, really bad, prior to me moving out, and I felt relief more than anything else when I moved out. So I wasn't depressed, but nevertheless, uh, whenever you go through this big of a change, there's going to be serious issues. It's seriously stressful. Even if you're feeling relief, even if you don't regret your decision, or it is your decision, it's probably the most stressful experience I've ever gone through. Um, and that, I mean, we all have stressful lives. Everybody's got stressful lives, and you'll be able to look back on this, and it's stressful. Um, but I wasn't depressed in a traditional sense, where you can't concentrate and you're sleeping all the time and you're very sad. I wasn't any of those things. I did have a hard time concentrating, which is why I was really careful and stepped back from client work, because clients, lives are hanging in the balance when you take their cases. And so it was really important that I be mentally very well before I take anyone's case. And then the other thing I did was I was just forgetting things, like, constantly. I was forgetting my keys. I was losing my license. Like, I felt like I was losing my mind a little bit. And I meet with people in consultations every day, and they're like, that's something that I hear over and over and over again. I can't remember anything. I can't keep everything straight. And I think you need to give yourself a break. This is normal. It is normal that you feel overwhelmed or foggy or unable to process perhaps the same way you did before you were going through this very stressful situation. The other way this comes up is with kids. So when kids go from living in one house to living in two houses, they forget things, a lot of things. And in the beginning, your kids are going through stress too. They're going through a transition and experiencing massive stress. And my kids were forgetting everything: homework, book bags, backpacks, books, everything, uniforms. And it has gotten so much better. Now we're a year and a half into living in two houses, and they still forget things because they're kids, and it happens. But they forget things at a much lesser rate. I think you need to plan on this, and please be kind to yourself and be kind to your children. Be kind to them when they're forgetting things, because this is massive for them, and it's hard for them. And what's difficult for us as parents is, I'm asking you to be patient and understanding with your kids when you're not at your best. You're going through a tough time, and you've got less energy and empathy to give. But if you're going to give it to anybody, give it to your kiddos, even if it means like you take a step back at work like I did, or you take a little bit of a different role. You just really want to simplify your life as much as you possibly can, and give yourself and your kids a break, because it will pass. I'm not forgetting things anymore. And my kids aren't forgetting as many things anymore either. It can become normal. It can become healthy. You will be all right. And until then, you just hang in there. For other people, they're not forgetting things. They're depressed. They're exhausted. They're unable to concentrate. They're sad. And I have people in my office who are just crying all the time, and they may come back month after month, and they're just crying, and they don't want to hurt their ex most of the time. People who are depressed and crying are just heartbroken. And they want it to be easy, and they want it to be amicable, but they're processing the loss of a major relationship. And even if you're not sad over the loss of the relationship, the uncertainty and instability of going through this big of a transition takes a toll, and it takes a toll on everyone. And I know a whole lot of divorced people. And I think the more that you can prepare for that and understand that and be kind to yourself, that's the moral of this vlog today, is just be kind to yourself and give yourself time and be patient with yourself. and do whatever you possibly can to take care of yourself and baby yourself and have as much fun as you can and be around friends who support you. And we'll talk about friends on a different day, because the transition of, your life and friends from being a couple to being single is major and massive. And so we'll talk about that, but not today.